Hello student, welcome to online English class by Anwar Hussain, lecturer English, Silahati Jeu Fazil Madrasa, Doman Nilfamari. Dear learners, how are you? I hope that you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. However, today I am going to discuss an important topic of English second paper. The topic is sentence lecture 1. By the end of the topic, you will be able to learn the definition of sentences, kind of sentences, and example of sentences. Dear learner, sentence is a very important topic for the student of JSC, SSC, HHE, and Alim class. So I am going to discuss about this important topic. In this topic, today you will be able to know the definition of sentences, kinds of sentences, and example of sentences. Let's see the definition of sentences. What is sentence? There is a definition for you. A word or a group of words that expresses complete ideas, sense, feelings, meaning or meanings is called sentence. Dear learner, you have already learned about the definition of sentence. Let's see an example. Rina eats pizza. In this sentence, Rina is the subject, eat is a verb, and pizza is an object. So, dear learner, you have learned the example of sentences, and this sentence gives the full meaning of complete ideas. Let's see the kind of sentences. How many kind of sentences are there? Dear learner, look at the kind of sentences. There are 5 kind of sentences. There are 5 kind of sentences according to their meaning and function. These are: number 1, assertive sentence; number 2, interrogative sentence; number 3, imperative sentence; number 4, optative sentence; and number 5, exclamatory sentence. Dear learner, assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, optative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. These are the 5 kind of sentence. These are the 5 kind of sentences according to their meaning and function. Let's see what an assertive sentence is. An assertive sentence is a simple statement or assertion, and it may be affirmative or negative. Dear learner, let's see an example of assertive sentence. Before giving the example, look at the following structure of an assertive sentence. The structure is, you may look at the structure: subject plus verb plus object, or complement and adverb. This is the structure of an assertive sentence. Here is an example: he reads the book. Here he is the subject, reads is the verb, the book is the object. So you can follow the structure by giving the example. We do not run in the sun. This is the negative example of a sentence. Let's see what is interrogative sentence. Dear learner, look at the definition of interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence asks any question to get a reply to something or someone and ends with an interrogative sign. An interrogative sentence, it may begin with helping verb and modal auxiliary. Look at the auxiliary verbs. am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, did. Modal auxiliary verb shall, should, will, would, can, could, may, might. Look at the example. Do you need some money? Is he your brother? Should I call you? It may begin with WS question like who, where, when, whom, what, which, how, etc. What's your name? What is your address? Whom do you want? How much money do you want? These are the example of WS question, and these are the example of auxiliary verbs. And this is the example of an example of interrogative sentence. And you have learned the definition of interrogative sentence, an example of interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence begins with helping verb and modal auxiliary verbs. Let's see an interrogative sentence, imperative sentence. What is imperative sentence? Dear learner, look at the definition. Imperative sentence expresses request, order, advice, command, and suggestion. Here is a subject you, and it remains silent. It remains silent. Look at the pattern of an imperative sentence. Subject within the bracket the word invisible, which means that means hidden or secret. Look at this. Look at this pattern. Verb plus object. So it begins with verb or adverb. Example: do it quickly. It indicates order. Never tell a lie. It indicates advice. Please give me a pen. Indicate request. Sometimes it begins with let. Let me go there. Let us go to a picnic. This is the example and definition of imperative sentence. Look at, let's see, optative sentence. What is optative sentence? Dear learner, do you know the definition of an optative sentence? Look at the definition of an optative sentence. An optative sentence expresses desire, prayer, wish, etc. Generally, an optative sentence begins with may. Example: may Allah help you to overcome all the obstacles. May you be happy in your future life. Sometimes an optative sentence begins with long live our president. This is the examples and definition of an optative sentence. Let's see what is exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence. DLR, do you know the exclamatory sentence? Look at the definition of exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence expresses sudden or strong feelings or emotion like surprise, anger, delight, pain, etc. Sometimes an exclamatory sentence can start with alas, bravo, ah, hooray, what, how, etc. An exclamatory sign is mandatory after the end of the sentence. So, dear learners, at the end of the exclamatory sentence, you have to put an interrogative sign there. Look at the example, hooray, we have won the game. What a beautiful scene. Alas, you have failed in English. These are the example of exclamatory sentence and the definition of exclamatory sentence. Dear learner, you have learned 5 kind of sentence according to their meaning, their examples, their definition, you have already learned. Let's see another 3 kind of sentence according to the structure. There are, according to sentence, according to structure, there are 3 types of sentence according to structure. These are simple sentence, complex sentence, compound sentence. Dear learner, these are the sentences which are most important for you. Not only for the student of class 8, 9, 10, HSC and other classes. Let's see what is simple sentence. This is a very important sentence for you. Dear learner, look at the simple sentence definition. In a simple sentence, there is only one subject and one finite verb. It has only one independent clause. Here is a question. What is clause? Now the question is what a clause is. A clause is a sentence or a part of sentence, and it may be dependent or independent. Example, he hates me is a sentence which has only one clause. You may follow a simple pattern like this. Subject plus finite verb plus complement is a simple sentence structure. Success Brother is the largest CBC in the world. He wrote an application to the principal. Bangladesh is a developing. These are the example of simple sentence. Dear learners, let's see what is complex sentence and the definition of complex sentence. It consists one main clause and one or more subordinate clauses or adverbial clauses. Adverbial clauses come after the main clause. His brother died when he was 7 years old. Look at this. His brother died. His brother died. It's the main clause. When subordinate conjunction, he was 7 years old, adverbial clause. If you read regularly, you will do well in the exam. Here, if you read regularly, is a subordinate clause, and you will do well in the exam is the main clause. Eleanor, it is a conjunction. Here, when is a relative pronoun. So, when you will get relative pronoun and conjunction with a sentence, then you can say it is a complex sentence. Complex sentence. Dear learners, these are the example of complex sentence. The best way to detect, to identify subordinate clause is that it always begins with conjunction like this, where, what, when, that, while, who, if, whether, because, whenever, whatever, wherever, though, although, till, until, unless, after, before, so that, etc. He did not even hear what his name was. Though he lives in America, he speaks Bengali fluently. These are the example of complex sentence. Dear learner, you have learned uh, the definition of complex sentence, the example of complex sentences. Let's see what is compound sentence. Dear learner, look at the definition of compound sentence. A compound sentence incorporates at least two principal clauses. That means a compound sentence has two principal clauses. These clauses linked by one or more subordinating conjunction. Conjunction that are used in compound sentence are and, or, but, not only, but also, as well as, otherwise, either or, neither nor, etc. He is poor but happy. We searched him everywhere but did not find. Dear learner, you learned about compound sentence and the definition of compound sentence and the example of compound sentence today in this class. You have learned sentence. At first you have learned sentence, the definition of sentence, kind of sentence, and the example of sentences. Again, I will repeat sentences, the definition of sentence, kind of sentence, and example of sentence. There are 5 kinds of sentence according to the meaning, and there are 3 kinds of sentence according to the structure. You have learned both kinds of sentences today. After learning these courses, this class, this lesson, if you have any question, you can ask me later on in my next lecture. I will solve this problem. I hope that I will solve this problem in my next class. Dear learner, hope that you will be at home and you will fight with COVID-19, very serious disease. So you have to remain safe. Thank you. No more today.